Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're hopping into the super bosses against KREIG with my final teams that I've been using to sort of finish off the super boss. So shout out to my guys in the alliance for helping me fine tune these teams. But the first variation is the strength variation, and that was the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now for my team, we are using double katakuri. With this particular team, or all the teams you see, I do have the 1.3 boost. So what we've been doing in our alliance is we've been communicating quite well to actually get that 1.3 boost, and it actually drastically increases your damage output as it gives you a 30% buff. That 30% buff is nothing to scoff at. It is a very, very, very good buff, and it will help you get some bigger numbers, especially if you are doing upwards of around 4 billion damage. With this particular team, it is led by Kaido. Kaido is a super type, and then having Katakuri as a super class, we can stack both of them together. We basically have everything going for us here. Cracker's boosted, Katakuri's boosted. We have a conditional boost with our, what's it called? Page 1 ulti. We have color affinity with our Cracker. We have a double damage debuff with Kaido. We have an orb boost and an attack boost with our Katakuris, as well as a base stat boost. And then we have the chain boundary effect with the switchability of page 1 and ulti. We also have the support of Dofi on our Sugar. That's actually allowing us to get a 0.5 chain buff. And with that, we just have a butt ton of damage against our boy KREIG here. So these particular super bosses that you do see, we are upwards of the high ends of that level 30, I'm pretty sure. We're around like that level 30 mark. And once you sort of get to level 30, it starts getting really hard to take down this super bosses. There's no more zombie teams. That's the big thing with this particular kizuna. There's no more zombie teams. You can't go in with the Brook or die and then... Excuse me. You can't use like the Kuma strat. You can't use the Shiryu to sort of stall out the 99 turns of the Grey Shield or the Blowaway and then just sort of just destroy the boss that way. So once we've popped all of our specials here, we basically going to have everything going for us, which is going to be really, really nice. Make sure to have Sugar in the middle left, so that between your Katakuris. That way they're both hitting at the back end of the chain, and it just maximizes your damage a lot when it comes to getting that chain boundary and those chain shenanigans. As you can see, our Katakuris are just going to be at a monstrous attack pool. Our Crackers at a nice attack pool as well. And with that, we are just going to let Sugar's Bears do the work for us, which is really nice because we don't have to worry about hitting perfects, which is always great. Having that extra 1.5 attack and the 1.2 boost, as this whole team is powerhouse, besides Sugar, obviously, but it does about 4.8 million with the 1.3 buff. It does around 4 million, I'm pretty sure, with the 1.1, something like that. So it does some pretty good numbers. So that's my quick team. It's working quite nicely. Let's move on to the next variation now. Alright, so looking at the strength team going up against the dex variation of Super Boss KREIG. This is the particular team that we did put together in, I actually put it together on stream when I was streaming when this Super Boss first came out. We were fine-tuning it there, so shout out to anyone that was in that stream. But that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, this particular team build was built with the inspiration from my boy Decadence in our alliance. He did put together a very similar team where he doesn't actually use Dofi on the team. He's actually using Mihawk and Perona. Mihawk and Perona can actually give you a guaranteed 2x conditional boost on the final stage, but with this particular team that you see on screen, we do some cheeky shenanigans. We do want to actually get the versatility of Ace going, so that way we actually get the 2x conditional boost from verse Ace, and it frees up that extra slot for Dofi. As you can see, if you quickly cancel the taps in the early stages, you can actually farm up 6 orbs for Ace on the first 3 turns, and that way when you move into the second turn, you can actually use one of the Dofi specials to give yourself a full board of matching orbs. With this particular team, it is strength and quick orbs, which both go into Ace's versatility, and with that, we can actually get enough orbs to get the conditional. On stage 2, though, you need to make sure you use the Toki special. Apply the Toki ability to your Dofi characters, as they are both boosted. And then you just want to, again, single cancel tap, get to the Dofi, and then just take out Pearl on stage 2. And it works really, really nicely. This particular team does require a little bit of brain power, so if you're tired, or if you're like not like in the mood for thinking, probably don't do this super boss, as I have actually stuffed this up many a times. More times than I would care to admit. But with this team, we do have a 2x conditional boost thanks to the burn of Ace. We have a 3.5 attack and orb boost on our Dofis. We have 2x color affinity thanks to the super typing of Toki. We have a chain boundary with Ace, double damage with Kaido, a chain boost with Dofi, as well as a base stat boost to our driven characters by 1000, as well as a super class buff, getting the extra 1.2 times stats. The 1.5 for super typing as well is really, really nice. So once we basically have all that, we're going to pop our Sugar shenanigans, and our 2 Dofis are just going to be hitting extremely hard, like extremely hard. So the 2 Dofis, make sure the Sugar's in the middle left, as I mentioned on the previous team as well. Putting the Sugar in that middle left slot means that those 2 units, your friend captain and whatever captain you have, the character you have in the bottom left, is just going to be hitting very, very hard, like very, very hard. And as you can see, a cheeky 5.4 mil, very, very nice damage from our boys Dofi there. So that's the strength variation. That team's working very, very nicely, but it does take a lot of brain power, and unfortunately, I have sort of like cost myself a lot of boss tokens just by stuffing up the order and missing Toki specials. But let's move on to the final fight now. Alright, moving on to the quick variation. We are bringing out that big old block of cheese, and we are bringing double Blackbeard. So that's the team, those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, if you guys don't have a level 5 final tap lore, I would highly recommend trying to bring a friend captain that's a level 5 final tap lore. If you can't find one, just bring double Blackbeard and bring lore on your team like you see here. But you do want to make sure that you bring a character that can not only heal, so you can get the final tap, like Shirahoshi, Mancherry V2, or V2 Marco. But you also want to bring someone like that can give a chain buff. Now, on the 3rd stage, you will get the chain boundary effect where they lower your attack. So it's very important that you actually bring someone that can either chain lock or increase your chain. It's very, very important that you actually do that. Otherwise, you are going to be missing out on a lot of damage. But the idea here is we are using HP cards. So on turn 2, we are going to drop double Blackbeard. So that way we get his effect to go through normal attacks when we move to the next stage. And we get the 2 10% HP cuts. And then we can finish it off with the final tap of Lore. My Lore is a level 5 final tap, so he's going to be doing a 20% HP cut. And as you can see, the amount of damage is just absolutely absurd. Ideally, what we've been trying to do here, or like the idea of this, is to jump in with like 4 guys at once, and then all like you get all the HP cards, drops them down to 1 HP, and then you can just finish them off, and that should work absolutely hunky-dory. But shout out to the absolute weapon that is Subconti. He did put together some crazy HP cutting teams utilizing the Robin, where you actually die and then you revive, and then you can just do a whole bunch of HP cutting that way. So make sure to go check out that video. Subconti, you're a goat. Like if you're watching this, you're an absolute weapon. That was incredibly impressive, and like nothing short of what you already do, my friend. So hats off to you for that. But this was the team that I sort of like was putting together, and like what we were working with. And then we had another sort of team that was doing damage, but ideally the way you want to run it is sort of cooperate with your team. Jump in, 4 of you, get it down to 1 HP, and then just finish it that way. But that's going to wrap the video up. I thought I'd just get out these high number teams for you guys. If you guys wanted to check out some big OONGA damage, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, hit the big red subscribe button. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Lates!